Good morning, friends. Putin speech in Ukraine. He says Russia is fighting for motherland in Ukraine, and then here we see U.S. promises to impose new sanctions on Russia as long as aggression continues. And he slams Putin for disinformation. Well, the fight will go on. The war will go on. Where are we heading to? Is the most important question. SGX, if we see, has opened gap down 130, almost about 150 points from where it closed yesterday. Nifty spot, we close at 16,300. So are we still heading down or we are going to move up? Yesterday, if you see, we opened gap down. Nifty spot gap down and then moved all within about 5 minutes, about almost 100 points. Took a strong support and almost filled in the gap where it closed. The view for today is market is going to be slightly range bound. We may definitely open a gap down or slightly lower. However, we suggest to be cautious as we see a slight flattishness with a upward bias. When I say upward, I am not expecting big moves. However, by this expiry, maybe if not this expiry, by the next expiry at least, we should be heading somewhere close to 16,600 levels, and then I'm sure we would head downwards. Having said that, yesterday Bank Nifty, we had shared our levels around 34,150, and market took almost exact support over there, took out some of the small stop losses and then made a good rally of 700 points almost from the low. In Bank Nifty again, spot, we are expecting bullishness. We possibly may see 35,000 levels. Couple of stocks which I would like to bring your attention into is Maruti. Maruti looks pretty strong, and as you know, the fundamentals are pretty good. We may head towards 77,000. So buy few quantities on dips on this counter. There is no war in this, provided it's able to sustain above 17,400 levels. We can easily see 7,700, 7,400, 40 and 7,760 levels. If you remember HDFC Bank, we had mentioned earlier 1290 is a strong buy. With all the big falls, it has not gone below this. It has taken a strong support here, and from the last 1 week, and then moved up. And as you remember, our final target is first target is 1,720, and then 2,000 maybe by the end of this year. Kotak, we mentioned, is looking strong. Kotak, I would suggest add for a target of 1800 maybe in the next 10-15 days. Reliance almost 5% down yesterday. A good time to add Reliance. We should possibly see 2600 levels. The strong support seen on this counter at 2460 levels. However, today, if Reliance is able to sustain about 2530, we can expect 257, 2600 levels. This would be my entry possibly if I am planning to go long in Reliance somewhere at this range. So couple of other stocks which are there or we had mentioned earlier was ABB. With all the rally, this stock has moved from the last 3 days upwards, and our final target is somewhere close to 2500 levels, maybe in the next 3 to 6 months. Not even 3 to 6 months, maybe a couple of weeks time. Strong buying seen here in this counter, and very good strong support also seen at these levels. Let's look at L&T. L&T also looking good, good to add in at this levels. Now it's a slow moving stock, but then definitely gives good returns in the long term. Bajaj Finance, couple of viewers had asked for our views on Bajaj Finance and Axis Bank, so we are bringing this also in our purview. Bajaj Finance is actually in a good Bajaj Finance is also good to add in this levels. We see a strong trendline support. However, the low is around 5700 levels. So add on every dip. A long-term target of maybe 10,000 rupees. 10,000 is what we can expect. A very strong stock. All-time high was around 8,000. A steep fall from there, or maybe profit booking. Good levels to add here. Don't miss this stock as well. The other stock I'm sure many are thinking to add is Infosys. As I mentioned earlier, fundamentally IT could be into a recession. We can possibly look for short-term deliveries for a target of 1620 is what we feel on this counter. If you remember, Sun Pharma is also in our buy list. Good to add for a target of 920 to 960. Possibly today or intraday also we can look at this counter for a target of for buying above 888 for a target of 895 to 900 levels. one small thing I would like to bring your attention to. There are only three types of market. One is a bullish, one is a bearish, one is a flat. For the last 3 months or so, we were actually in a flattish market. If you see, the range was somewhere between 17,400. Every time 17,400, it used to fall down short, and the lowest was 1,161, and every 16,400 was the range, which in fact the initial range was 17,450 to 17,800 levels. Then it broke this range, came lower. Now we feel this is slightly on a bearish side. The next level to look for is 15,700 levels. Well, many are asking, will we go towards 14,000? Because this is the low of April 21, which is almost towards COVID levels. Well, in a bearish market, anything can happen. Let us wait and watch. Let's not speculate. Our views are purely on an intraday basis. Please do join our Telegram channel. We also will be conducting webinars online with a nominal fee. We will share simple strategies to identify bullish, bearish and flat market. Utilizing this strategy, you can trade in any sector. It could be stocks, it could be commodities, currencies like Euro USD, GBP USD, Euro USD INR, cryptocurrencies. You can also identify the best penny stocks to invest, and also the mutual funds basis the charts. Very simple strategy to identify. So whenever there is a bear market, just stay away. Don't look at buying, look at selling on intraday basis. And we also have advanced mentorship program, which will be for 6 months to a year. Myself and my team will be guiding. I have about 4 members with me. Here we will teach chart patterns, candlestick patterns, harmonic patterns, what are market profiles, there are gaps, and we will also teach you expiry weekly trades in futures. Every week there is a target in the market. So how to identify that and basis that buy and or sell. We will also guide you how to identify the trend, reversals, order flow, how to use volumes in trading, how to use price volume action, etc. Now coming back to our charts, a couple of other stocks which I wanted to look at today is IndusInd Bank, Bharat Forge. Very strong stocks at this moment is Glenmark, Maruti, Asian Paints. These are some of the stocks I wanted to help you watch. Amaraj Batteries, IRCTC, Naukri, Voltas, Ashok Leyland, NBCC, LIC Housing, BHEL. So keep a watch on these stocks for short term or the intraday as well. Go low on quantity, be safe. You invest wisely. Any queries, or any suggestions, feedback, please feel free to share in our comment box. I will also share my Telegram channel, and you can connect to us, and let us grow together. Uh, Other stocks I think we can look at is Sun Pharma. Uh, HDFC Life is definitely looking good. I also understand that LIC can open little lower is what I get to know. But however, on a longer term, let's see if this can move higher. Uh, Keep a watch on Tata Motors, on ICICI Bank. Axis Bank is other stock which my friend wanted to views upon. This again is on the buy side. Yes, there was some negative news about mutual funds, Axis Bank. This is at a very strong buy levels of 640. The earlier level was 680. Let's see if this sustains, and then we can look at entering this few quantities. If you see here, there's also a strong trend line support extended. So these views are based on index views, based on option chain, Bank Nifty and Nifty. Today the stock to be watched is Reliance, Bank Nifty, thank you so much for your appreciation. Friends like Ramesh, Chakravarti, Raghavendra, they have appreciated in our channel a couple of times. So we also had good feedbacks on terms of our voice. Thank you, and have a safe trading.